Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. I want to give my thoughts on the game last night, the Cowboys and the Saints game. Now, first of all, let me clear something up immediately. We needed the Cowboys to lose. Let's not make a mistake about that. We needed the Dallas Cowboys to lose, but that's not up to us. Now, before I start my video on my thoughts of the game, I want to let everybody out there know in Eagles Nation, everybody, even the trolls that's trolling my comments right now as we speak, I want everybody to know this. The Eagles dug themselves in this hole. This hole to get out of is not for the Cowboys to get us out this hole or for the Saints to get us out this hole. In fact, we lost to both of those teams. So we put ourselves in this position. That's number one. Now, my thoughts on the game. I thought the Dallas Cowboys defense looked elite. I'm gonna keep it real. As much y'all know I don't like the Dallas Cowboys. That defense looked elite. To hold a team that's putting up 30 points a game, 30 plus points a game, to 10 points, not letting them score in the first half, that was elite. It reminded me of, I don't know. I don't think I've seen a defense like it, because the defense can be exploited, but these guys, man, you ain't going to be able to exploit them with a pass-catching running back. You know what I mean? To exploit that defense, you kind of got to run at them. Because that dude, Leighton, and that other dude, Jalen Smith, I don't think it's no linebacking duo in the NFL that fly to the ball faster than them two. They fly. They fly around. Did you see the dude catch Kamara? Kamara was about to touchdown on anybody else. They would have gave up. Man, that was gutsy, man. I like what I saw out of the Dallas Cowboys defense for sure, man. The defense is elite. It's probably the best defense in the league right now. And that's what I'll say about the defense. Now, the Dallas Cowboys offense wasn't impressive to me, but the defense was impressive. So in defense, this is a prime example of defense winning games. This is a prime example of defense winning championships. I'm not going to go as far as to say that these guys are about to win a championship, but this is a prime example of how a defense can win a championship for you. So I want to talk about the reffing in the game. The reffing in the game was terrible. The reffing in the game was terrible. I thought in the second half of that game, I thought the Saints were jerked out of a few calls that could have turned the tide of the game. The helmet-to-helmet call on Kamara, that keeps that drive alive, that you get that 15 yards. The Saints at least tie the game up, get the kick. You know what I'm saying? Another missed call was Cole Beasley. He caught a little swing route. Knee touchdown. He was down. The defensive player touched him. Knee touchdown about 1 yard. They gave him, they say he lunged for it, but the knee touchdown. They didn't have any timeouts. They didn't have any challenges. They called it wrong, so the call wouldn't be reversed anyway. But that call should have gotten right the first time. And it kind of goes both ways. I think it's arguably to say that the Saints on that one drive where they did score, they got a little push off in the end zone. But the other two, the helmet-to-helmet, as much as of a fuss they made about the helmet-to-helmet, that should have been called immediately. The helmet-to-helmet should have been called immediately, as much of a fuss as they made about it. You know what I'm saying? And it was blatant. He lunged at the crown of that man's head. It was blatant. And now, I say all that to say this, the Saints caused turnovers. They got Dak to fumble so many times. They sacked Dak so many times. At the end of the day, the game still came down to where you wanted to come down to Drew Brees trying to get you in field goal range or trying to get you to score a touchdown to win the game. Now, all the bad stuff that happened to the Saints, at the end of the day, Drew Brees still had the opportunity to wrong every right that happened in the game and come out there with a W. But Drew Brees did not. Drew Brees threw one of the worst interceptions I've seen in the last 10 years of football. An attempt to throw the ball away and it gets picked off. One of the worst interceptions. The ball, I think he just lost the ball. The ball was nowhere near where Kamara was going. It was just a terrible pass by Drew Brees. Interception, game over. The Saints played good defense in the second half. I mean, Dallas scored their 13 in the first half, didn't score anything else. You know what I mean? They were putting the pressure on Dak, but at the end of the day, the Cowboys were victorious. And for what we have to do as Eagles now, we might have to win out. We might have to win out. We have to sweep the division, the rest of the division, and I think we can still win against the Texans. That's our mindset, man. I mean, at the end of the day, we can diagnose what we look like after this Redskins game. I mean, we need to start putting together some impressive wins. We need to start decisively beating guys. You know what I mean? We need to start decisively beating guys. The Cowboys played really good defense. The Saints secondary, we could have attacked that secondary just like that. But obviously, you know, we're not as good as we were last year or this year. But I knew we could expose the Saints. I knew we could have exposed the Saints. You know what I mean? The exposing was there. It's about if you're going to do it or not. You know what I mean? And one other thing about the Dallas Cowboys, they're the only team in the NFC East who has 3 home games in a row. 3 home games in a row. I mean, they got the defense. They got the home game strung together. They got the momentum right now. Do I think they're going to win the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl. But they definitely should be proud of their team because they faced the adversity in the beginning of the year, and now they're looking like they're turning it around and they're righting the ship. You know what I mean? That defense is a monster. And honestly, from the outside looking in as an Eagles fan, I don't see how we can offset that defense with the way they're playing right now. It's going to be an extreme test for the coaches, but we can't look forward to that. We got to worry about the Redskins and worry about our offense looking impressive against them. So, you know, the Cowboys won, so it doesn't change our plans of me thinking we still can win a division. It just gets a little tougher now. You know what I mean? It gets a little tougher. We have to actually really catch these guys. We have to beat the Redskins, then beat Dallas. We have to catch them. And then I think that's doable. So let's see. This actually makes me want Dallas more. It makes me want Dallas more. I'm up for the challenge. You know, we should all be up for the challenge because nobody gave the Cowboys a chance, including me. But you see how some of these things can happen? The Saints won 10 games in a row. 10 games in a row. 10 games in a row. I don't know what's going on with the scheduling, how the Cowboys getting 3 home games in a row. Like, that's ridiculous, but it is what it is. They could be beat. They only put up 13 points, but the defense playing lights out. So we got to see where this leads us, and we're gonna take it from there. We're gonna take it from there. You know, it was a good win for the Cowboys, and maybe this is why Drew Brees don't get MVP. Maybe this is why. In my opinion, I can't say he MVP right now. I can't say he MVP. That was a crazy performance, man. Crazy performance. It's crazy what a little pressure could do. It's crazy what a little pressure could do, and they bring the right kind of pressure, the in-your-face pressure. You know what I mean? The in-your-face pressure. They didn't bring the pressure from the edge so he could step up in the pocket. They brought it in his face. He's short, which I said we should have done. Bring the pressure in his face and get hands up. He looked like a whole different person, man. Good defense by the Cowboys.